Word of advice, just pop into one of those indoor flea markets or stores or thrift stores that you think look kind of ratty, because you never know what you'll find. I found my brass Edier in one of those places for just $30. My name is Jamela. Thank you again for tuning in for another episode of Living the Lifestyle of the Thrifting Famous. Yes, that Edier was a fantastic find, and I'm going to take you on my journey of how I styled it. First, I want to kick myself because I should have bought both of them, but I only bought one. And that was the one that got away. But anyway, and luckily I still have one. And when I first did my living room and brought it in, I had it styled like this. Although it was looking very neat and, it has some collectibles on it. But I was, trying to figure out what all I want on it. And of course, it has changed over the course of the years that I've had it. I was into peacocks and swans, and also I tried my little taste at the blue and white chinoiserie style. But that went real fast with me because I realized that is not my style. So I added in, some vases and the ginger jars. And then I started switching around again, some picture frames, of course, and different collectibles. Just playing around with the shelf and changing things out and trying to figure out what works best for my eyes, my visuals. And I didn't like a lot of that space in between that I once had. Family photos always was important for me to style on the Edier, so I did keep some of those. The plants did, however, change every now and then because of the fact it wasn't, getting enough sunlight there. But now that I have pretty much styled what I want, found the pieces that I want on it, it has been looking like this for over the past 2 or 3 years. And then I found the matching vase, the mid-century vase that I have on the bottom shelf. So I took out that globe because that was just a filler, and now I put that in, and I do like that. And I recently dried out some hydrangeas from my yard, and I wanted to display those in the living room, but I'm looking around and I was trying to figure out how can I get them in here. Then I looked at the Edier and I said, well, okay, it's time to take out that turquoise ginger jar. And I'll put the vase of the hydrangeas there. And I like how the blue from the blue and the tan blends with the blue and the pictures that's on the shelf there. And of course, black. I have black accents all around the room. So the periwinkle with the little tan, it blends in there quite nicely by adding a pop of different color in the area. I was truly lucky to be able to capture those right before they was getting ready to turn. And now, shelf by shelf, this picture of my mother is my favorite picture of her when she graduated from high school, and she had a little caption written on it, to James with love from Claudia. And that was a picture of my aunt and my sister-in-law, again at a birthday party. But these are little things that, like I said in my previous video, that I like to have candid shots too around the house. Now this black box here, that was an old box that my husband won a trophy in, and I like the shape of it, but I wanted to give it some pizzazz. And those brass handles came off the back of my dining room chairs, and I just stuck them on that box for some decor. Vintage black swan I bought from Dressing Rooms Interiors out in Charlotte. I fell in love with it because it still had like that Art Deco feel, and it had the swan. So all these ginger jars pay tribute to my fetish that I still have for peacocks and swans. And the brass cranes, I love them. So this one little area is my last, but yet my favorite collection of my birds that I liked. And I did a lot of weeding out to just keep those. So I have them grouped together to make that little showcase. Now, again, all of those ginger jars came from thrift stores and estate sales. I don't think I paid over $10 for either one of them. And I don't go specifically looking for them. I just happen to see them, so I make sure I grab what I like. On this shelf is dedicated to, again, you'll see pictures of me and my sister around. And I added another plant because the other one it needed sunlight, so I had to move it to another area. The head bust was one of the first ones that I found, and that was only $5. The books are just fabric covered books that I had scrap around the house, scrap fabric from a chair I had reupholstered, and the cream color one is from my Chase Lounge. So that all came together and tied nicely. And the other two books is a Louis Armstrong book and a book, Portrait of the Blues. Great books to have in your home, not just for styling purposes. They really are very good books. And the brass frames, or all my frames, you'll see I pay no more than $5 for my frames. Again, all thrifted finds. And moving down to the next shelf again is my hydrangea vase and my picture of my sons, along with my brother and my sister-in-law and my niece. On this tray that I made, this tray was just a regular old bamboo tray for $2, and I had some wallpaper swatches, and I just glued it down on that. I painted the tray gold and glued the wallpaper down onto that, and it made a nice display tray for the shelf. And again, an easy peasy DIY. You can do that, and you find these rattan trays everywhere. Literally, they're just all over the place. And moving down to the bottom shelf is a picture of my father when he graduated high school, and a picture of me and my girlfriend on vacation, and my brother and his family, his beautiful family. So, and of course the two vases that I, purchased. So I am just thrilled to have the pictures that I do have of my parents when they were graduating high school on display. Again, memorabilia, but yet it shows the love that I have for my family, friends. When you come to my home, it personalizes the space instead of having a bunch of objects that are not so sentimental. Styling this type of wall unit, it can be so much fun. You can put your vinyl records on it, you can put other books on it, you can put candle holders on it. Now, I may go around and change all of this stuff a few years from now, but I doubt it, because I'm enjoying the way it looks right now. I've gotten pretty much the space that I needed on it, and how I grouped everything together. You're supposed to say, they say you're supposed to group things in threes, so you might want to keep that as a tidbit information or decor tip. But again, it goes by the visuals of how you see things for your home decor. Mine, I just like to see a bunch of stuff, but groups. So you can look and see how I have it all kind of displayed, and see how you don't see much of that wall space behind it. And that's what I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see too much wall. A professional stylist or a minimalist may say I have way too much stuff up there, but my kickback to that statement is I'm a maximalist, so I like it. All in all, personalize your space, because remember, beauty is being home and loving it, and you want to fill your home with the things you love. Thank you again for tuning in for another episode. If you like this video, please don't forget to drop me a comment. Don't forget to like and share, and I'll see you again.